Hi, so what I've done is very quickly I have sketched in the very basic shapes of my face, and I've done it in the style of Julian Opie. So I've only sketched in the obvious kind of facial shapes. Obviously there's a few areas which I'm just correcting now, just sketching in the facial shape, and I've just quickly sketched in, as you can see here, the outline of my jacket. All right, and then the strap from my running light. Okay, and then very quickly just put in the zip. So I'm not overcomplicating it. All right, and yes, I look a little bit strange. All right, I've just done very quick sketchy marks. All right, so what I want you to do now is have a go at very quickly just sketching in, all right, the simple marks of your face. So with my mouth, I've probably gone into a bit more detail than I needed to have done. All right, that's because my mouth is slightly open, so I've wanted to sketch that in as well. All right, so have a look at Julian Opie from the PowerPoint, and have a look at how I have done the very simple outlines of Julian Opie, and then have a quick go. So I'll just quickly try and correct some of these lines that I've put in. I'm starting to put in some of the shadows. So where I did my lines straight here, I'm just going to try and make them a bit more wibbly, so there's a bit more accuracy in there. Okay, once you've done that, then what we're going to do now, right, is we are going to have a look at doing the more simple Julian Opie effect. So that is the one where it's just block, colour and line. You will either have one on your computer screen or you'll have one in front of you. So you can either choose to do the simple one or the one where you've got a few more shadows. All right, and I can show you how to do the shadows shortly. So first of all, what we've got to do is, now you've drawn, you've got to take that top layer, okay, off. So just using your rubber really lightly, just take that top layer off, just like that. So you can still see your image. You don't want that. The reason why we do that is because we don't want the graphite to go into the felt tip or pencil crayon or whatever you're using. All right, and we're going to start with the lightest colours first. So first of all, Okay, I'm going to use felt tips. I've got these markers here. You can use a pencil crayon. So if you're going to use pencil crayon, use yellow with white, the tiniest bit of red. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is, like Julian Opie has done, okay, I'm just going to draw out, colour in all of my face, okay, with the skin colour. Miss out my pupils. I'm going over my eyes, but like I say, just missing out the black of my eyes. Even going over my eyebrows. And I'm going to go over my face, lips. Okay. Now on the camera you can't see my facial features, but thankfully I can see them underneath. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to dry. All right, and in the meantime, okay, I'm going to use another colour. All right, and I'm going to colour in my hat with a red. I don't want to be adding in the facial features at the moment because that pen that I just used is still just a tiny bit wet. Okay, and now I'm also going to do the part of my jacket that is red. Okay, all in the meantime, this ink is drying. So Julian Opie's style is actually very simple. And now, whilst I'm again still waiting for all of that to dry, okay, using the same kind of background as Julian Opie, don't forget to rub out the top layer of pencil. Okay, I am now going to add in a background. You don't have to stick to the exact colour that Julian Opie has used in his background, of course. Okay, you can use any colour you want. Now this is really good because you can actually do this if you prefer to. You could easily do this using digital media, and there's so many of you have sent across digital media examples, and they're amazing. So this one is amazing to do using digital media if you would prefer. If you wanted to do both, the drawing one as a practice and then a digital media one, that would be fantastic too. Right, so now that the face is dry, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get myself a black pen and I'm going to just start drawing in, all right, my facial features. But what I would like to do is, just so this is slightly bit different to Julian Opie, is I want to add a bit more detail into the eyes. Okay. Look at how he's done his eyelashes, his eyebrows, sorry. You can see my pen's just still, my ink is still just a little bit too wet. Should have waited a bit longer. I can always go back over and perfect that. And look at how he's done his nose. So it's just 2 nostrils, so I'll put them in. He does have a few lines on his face, so I'll put these in, mimic from what I did before. And then his mouth, it's quite simply just a line. Okay, I'm going to do mine slightly different. A line underneath, okay, and then, all right, we're going to start working into the hat. So looking at how Julian Opie used quite thick lines, okay, so we need to make ours nice and thick too. Okay, so apart from the fact that some of my pen has unfortunately bled inside of the wet felt tip, the only felt tips I've got at home on markup watercolour felt tips. So I do apologise about that. Maybe if you're in the same situation, just wait until these bits blend. Until this bit here is the watercolour pen is dry. All right, now if you want to start adding different shadows, okay, then I've worked with a medium colour. What we can do, if I can find a darker red, hopefully this one will work, okay, is where I can see, all right, darker shades of red on my coat, I can start to add those in, okay? And then you're working a bit more in the style of Julian Opie, okay, by adding in these different shadows. You could do the same with your face, all right, if you want to add in different shadows on your face too. Okay, and then that just kind of adds a bit more detail to it. So if you wanted to go even further than that, all right, and look for even darker shadows, all right, then you can get yourself another pen. So I'll have to use brown for this to darken it. Okay, and I'll darken some of these darker shadows with the brown. Okay, and the same in the hat here. Okay, now if your pen blends like mine did, I am just going to go over and just try and make those facial features a little bit neater. Okay, just using a biro pen. Okay, brilliant. Have a go.